listening to episode 52 of Behind the BS with special guest Asylumm. Enjoy. Today's podcast is brought to you by GamerGoo. GamerGoo, dominate the competition. Check out gamergoo.com and don't forget to use discount code MML to save. What's up, everyone? Mystic Mike here with Behind the BS, Behind the Broadcasting Software, and today's guest is Asylumm. How you doing today, Asylumm?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I am doing excellent. What I'll get you to do first, Asylumm, is just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds great. I'm a broadcaster on Twitch. Been a broadcaster on Twitch for going on 4 years now. 24 years old from Canada. Currently living in Calgary, Alberta.
Nice. I'm not too far from you. I'm just 4 hours north.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Moved out here when I was 12 years old, give or take, and around there. And yeah, that's been gaming since, I don't know, 5 years old. So, I mean, going on 20 years. So, I feel old.
I feel old, man. You feel old. I feel old.
Yeah, so just, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, where did you originally move from?
Vancouver, where I was born and raised.
Okay. Nice. One coast. I'm originally from New Brunswick myself and moved out here six years ago now. It's almost 7 years ago.
Crazy. Yeah, I got family that lives out in New Brunswick and actually going to be making the move to Nova Scotia here in the next couple months. So
you'll like it. I lived there for 2 years for college and best time of my life, I think. Yeah,
looking forward to just kind of being able to live and do kind of some of the stuff I want to get done and be a lot easier than paying, $3,000 a month for crap out in Alberta.
Yeah, I hear you. We're looking at moving as well to Manitoba just because my son lives there, but it's also a lot cheaper than here.
Yeah, Manitoba is one of the most affordable places to live in Canada, so that's for sure.
I believe it. We've been looking at places, and for what we paid for our house here, we could get almost 20, 30 acres of land, nice big giant mansion of a house, and I'm like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. We were looking at houses out in Nova Scotia, and it's 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms and stuff, and it's dude, it's a house like that out in Alberta is $900,000 to $1 million
easily,
and out there it's $185,000. It's what? It's geez, it's night and freaking day.
Yeah, 100% night and day. The only difference is it's not as much money there as there is here, but at the same time, the cost of living is a little bit less, so it almost all equals out anyway.
Yeah, it kind of all balances itself out in different areas. Their taxes are really high. They're the highest in Canada, 15%.
Yeah.
But being a coastal province, a lot of their stuff doesn't get trucked in from America. A lot of their stuff is a little bit more closer to distributors and stuff like that, especially being so close to Ontario.
Yeah.
So costs aren't as much, but they kind of all where, your housing cost is less or your property tax is less, your heating is a little bit more in the winter, or your groceries might be a little bit more. So it kind of balances itself out where,
Oh, exactly. I think still the heating will probably be a little bit less there. Ever since they brought in that carbon tax here, it's been ridiculous.
Yeah.
We were looking at a comparable of last year to this year for the month of April or the month of March, and it was almost $150 more this year compared to last year.
Jeez.
And you didn't use that much
Insane.
more. Yeah. But we'll jump right into some questions here. So you've been streaming for about 4 years, right?
Yeah, I started during the Advanced Warfare days. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is when I started. Yeah, so I would do Facebook videos, clips and stuff back in Ghosts, and decided to try streaming out because, met a friend of mine through Twitch. Actually met him playing Last of Us, and a game that I love to this day. Still play it. Probably played it over 200 times on stream since it came out. And that was kind of the first game I actually really started streaming. I used to do all the achievements, trophies, and did all tips and tricks and tutorials, ways to get around specific things, stuff like that. And eventually started streaming started off with the PlayStation and then got a PC and early H1Z1 days back when the game was fun.
Yeah.
And that was kind of my introduction to PC, and been streaming on and off since then regularly. It's pretty much going on 3 years now. according to my Twitch dashboard, which I've discovered just recently, which was kind of eye opening. Actually, I made a couple tweets about it, and I was just like, you know what, I'm not too concerned about my numbers now when I really think about it. Yeah, I took a year off in 2018. I stopped in February. No, late. Well, I guess technically late December of 2017. I kind of came back a little bit about the middle of January of 2018, but it was only for about 2 weeks. And then just had some personal stuff happen. And I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I was just going to regroup and recuperate and just recharge and, come back when I decided to come back, and came back in October of 2018 and been going decent ever since. So
it's always nice to have that nice little break, even if it's a small one or a long one, because then when you do come back, it's just like you're re-energized, you're refreshed, you're ready to just crush it.
Yeah, it's good to come back, and especially when you don't really kind of focus on gaming. There's games that you see and come out and you're just like, I don't really just want to sit down and play it myself.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, I kind of think 2018 wasn't really a bad time to kind of stop playing games, because there wasn't a lot out. There wasn't really any games that came out, There
really wasn't. Until the fall, really.
Yeah, if you're like a PlayStation exclusive fan, Detroit came out, awesome game, loved it, played the mess out of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, Fortnite was really dominant. Yeah. And wasn't a fan of Fortnite, past like season 3.
Yeah, same.
So once that kind of happened, I was just like, I'm done. And then, Call of Duty wasn't doing it. So I was just like, I'm not missing anything.
No, you really
a bunch of games that are out that just don't really care about.
Yeah. Now, are you excited for Last of Us 2 to come out?
I am very excited. I can't wait. But judging on what we're seeing, it's going to be a PS5 release next year. So,
have they announced the PS5 already?
Well, they announced the specs for it, and they're pretty impressive, actually. They're using a lot of AMD stuff, which is pretty common. I mean, that's what they've been using in a lot of their. They used in the PS4, I think, was all AMD stuff.
Yep. So
it looks promising. They figure it's going to top in around that $500-600 mark, which is about the price of the One X.
Yeah. Well, especially, so I think, it'd be only $100 more than what the original PS4 was, I think, when it came out. So, yeah.
In Canada, it was $400, yeah. So they're saying $500, which, if what they say is going to be true, they're going to include a 1 terabyte SSD. Oh. Which is obscene. And from the early tests that they did the test with Spider-Man. Yeah. The most recent PS exclusive to come out. And they said the loading screen, the transition screen between I guess a time travel was 12 seconds on a normal standard PS4 Pro. It was 0.8 seconds with this 1 terabyte hard drive, or a 1 terabyte SSD that they were working on for the PS5. That's in very early development.
That is insane. You basically get rid of cutscenes altogether, loading screens altogether. Like, oh man.
You get rid of. It's meant to cut down on the transition screens and game time loading in between, all that stuff. So speed up, your 0 to 100 when you're first starting a game. Not so much on the cutscenes, but
not so much. Well, not so much in the cutscenes, I guess. Yeah, more in the transitions. Yeah, it always blew my mind that they never even with Xbox didn't come out with an SS solid state hard drive for the consoles. Whereas I don't even put anything on my internal hard drive anymore. I bought a standalone external drive, solid state drive, and I find it works so much better. Everything loads so much quicker than the built-in hard drive. I don't even use it anymore.
Yeah, you can get you can change the hard drive. That's the cool thing about the PS4 is it's so easy. And this is also another thing. People are just the console wars. It doesn't matter, right? It's you're gonna either love Xbox, you're either gonna love PlayStation, you love both. It's it doesn't really matter. It's I own all 3.
Same.
Do I play my Xbox as about as a blind squirrel finds a nut? But I have it, because I like to achievement hunt. So I mean, when I'm done with games on PlayStation, hey, if I like the game, I'll play it on Xbox. Gives me a reason to go and do the more do more achievements or trophies or whatever the hell consoles want to call them. Yeah,
well, it gives you the opportunity to because there's games on the PS4 like God of War. You can't play it anywhere else, so you need a PS4 to play it, and that's an amazing. I mean, it won Game of the Year last year.
Yep,
You
rightfully
got,
so.
what do you got on Halo on Xbox? You got Gears of War on Xbox. You get like Detroit Human Being on PS4. Like those are games like you need all the consoles now to play. Like there really shouldn't be a console war anymore. It should just be play the games you want, buy the consoles you can if you can afford it.
Yeah, I mean, like I had the Xbox One like forever ago, like maybe I don't know 9-10 months after it came out.
Yeah,
and I got rid of it. I just was like, I don't use it. And then I bought a 1S on Black Friday, or like I don't know, like 4 days before Black Friday.
Yeah,
and it was $160 off.
Oh wow!
And I was just like, so it was like 200, and it ended up being like $220 or $230 or something for the console.
See, that's nothing. See, I did the opposite. I bought the PS4 first, then bought the Xbox One. I think like same thing, like 10 months after it came out, roughly, and then found I wasn't using the PS4 anymore. Traded it in for the Xbox One X when it came out, and then gave the Xbox original to my son. And then just this past year, like same thing, Black Friday, I went out and bought a PS4 because I'm like, I want to play God of War, I want to play Detroit Human, I want to play these games. I never should have got rid of it.
Yeah, like I still have my original PS4 I bought on launch day that I waited in line. I was second in line.
Oh wow!
And yeah, still have it. Still works amazing. Sounds like a jet engine. I got to tear it apart and
clean her
and
up.
dust it.
Yeah.
But I mean, still goes strong, still runs, still boots. So yeah, it's still the same console I use.
And that's all that matters
on a daily basis for anytime I stream PS4. So
that's perfect.
Still runs.
Now, what is your favorite thing about? Oh, sorry, go for it.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, by all means.
Oh, I was just gonna say, what's your favorite thing about streaming?
That's such an open-ended question.
You need to pick one thing. What's the one thing that keeps you coming back?
I think I've met so many people through it.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of friends through it. And even though, my numbers aren't what they used to be before I took my break, I still see the same people coming back time and time again.
Yeah.
So, I can sometimes not game with someone because I'm on a different console or I'm on PC. A lot of people that I know don't play PC, and they just come and hang out in the chat or they lurk, and it's awesome. I prefer to chat more than game, and my gameplay shows it. So
I think I'm the same way.
Yeah. So I think just the interaction, definitely, for sure. I mean, I do enjoy watching streamers that just slaughter at a game.
Yeah.
And that's where I watch the big streamers. But for me personally, when I'm in a stream, I want to see someone who's active with chat.
Yeah.
Because when you meet the same people on the way up that you do on the way down. And if you alienate or piss off those people that helped you get to where you are, they're gonna laugh at you on the way down.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna fall.
Yeah.
That's how it works. It's social media. It's it's just like YouTube. Whether you're taking 2 hours worth of recordings and putting it into an 8-minute video, or you're sitting there for 6 hours and live streaming.
No,
it's
exactly
the same demographic. It's content creation.
Yep. 100%.
So you're not going to please everyone. People need to understand that with anything that they do, you're not going to please everyone. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a salesman or you are PewDiePie. It does not matter. What matters is the fact that you please the majority.
Exactly.
And that's all that matters.
Yep. Because like you said, you're not going to please everyone. I mean, that goes in life in general. I mean, if you spend all day trying to make everyone happy, you're always going to piss someone off in the long run.
You're never going to grow.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to be happy. Like, people come in, I see people come in all the time and they go, "Why don't you play Fortnite?" I hate Fortnite.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it. I hate the game. Can't stand it.
Same.
You want my God's honest opinion? I can't stand the game. I will never play it. Don't ask me to play it.
Yep.
But people are like, "Well, it's the best game out there." That's your opinion. Go ahead and watch a Fortnite streamer. You're not going to see Fortnite from me.
Exactly. And
I'm sitting here, what have I been playing lately? Division 2. Division 2 stale right now because we're just waiting for the new content to roll out.
Yeah.
It's coming very soon.
I can't wait.
Oh, can't wait. I've been grinding the mess out of that game. Loved it better than Division 1. And
Same. It has a much
Destiny
better
2,
flow.
Yeah, Destiny 2 kind of just fell off the map for me. I love Destiny 2, but just the new content that's come out for it's just...
Yeah, there's not enough to it. Yeah. I'm hoping now that Bungie broke away from
from Blizzard, Activision Blizzard. Yeah.
Activision. I'm hoping now that they're going to make the game that they wanted to originally. So I have high hopes for the next one.
Yeah, Destiny 2 is pretty much done. Like their story's written with that. They can't do anything about that because they were under the thumb of
Activision
of Activision. But here's like people. I got this question because I talked about it like I don't know a couple days after it happened, and the question I got was, Bungie did the right thing. They got away from Activision. They're now an independent studio. They said, here's X amount of dollars. We want the intellectual property. We want the Destiny name.
Yeah.
Give it to us. We're done. We'll go finance our own game. We want to make our decisions.
Yeah.
People are like, well, this is what Call of Duty needs to do. And I said, this is exactly what Call of Duty needs to do. They need to take all three studios, merge them together, and make a game. Yep. They need to make one universal game. And I've said this for years. They need to make one universal game. Like look in China, look at Call of Duty Online. It's one massive game.
Yeah.
And it has elements of everything. Classic, modern, futuristic, guns that you can buy, craft, purchase. It's got like 10 million different guns. I don't even know. I've never played it. Looks
so
really
it's like
fun,
an MMO for Call of Duty though? In the Call of Duty universe?
It's essentially, well, Call of Duty is not sellable in China. It's banned.
Really?
Quote unquote. So COD Online it goes under a different name in China, but it translates to COD Online or Call of Duty Online.
Yeah.
And it's essentially made by this entirely different company. It has nothing to do with the actual makers.
Yeah.
And it's only available in China unless you VPN it, which is why you see North American YouTubers do Call of Duty Online.
I'd never heard
they
of
VPN it. Yeah, look it up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to see people playing with like 180, 250, millisecond ping, which is absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like rubber banding everywhere. It's hilarious, but it's really cool. And it's just like why can't they just take, you can have your microtransactions. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like the potential to take a game like CSGO did, right? Yep. CSGO's had 6 different renditions, something like that.
Yeah.
Right now it's Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Yep.
And it stayed the same, relatively the same, for 20 years. And it's the biggest esport in the world.
Yeah.
Maybe behind Dota.
Dota, yeah.
Or whichever one has the like $40 million tournament every year or something like that. I think that's Dota.
Dota 2 Dota, I guess, yeah.
I think it's Dota that has the biggest tournament every year. Fortnite apparently has the biggest tournament ever. They're having the $100 million tournament or whatever the hell it is, but we're not going to count Fortnite.
No, yeah.
That game is, we're going to count an actual game that's developed and functions properly. And
not a permanent beta state.
Yeah, it's a permanent beta that's never left it in 2 years. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and the game hasn't changed much. They add heroes, they take them away. Yeah. Similar like what Overwatch done. Overwatch is the same game that it was when it came out. Rainbow Six Siege is the same game. So it's like, I don't see why COD can't do this. Like, people are like, well, it gets stale, or it doesn't give everyone what they like. Well, Call of Duty Online gives everyone what they like. Yeah.
And no game is going to give everyone what they like. Like,
of course not.
It doesn't matter what you do to it. If you keep it the same or you keep changing it every year, it's not going to be the same. No one's going to like it.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is the thing. I said this about the Call of Duty community. I says they are, next to Fortnite, they might be the most indecisive group because it's full of a bunch of people who don't know jack about business or how to make a game, or the struggles that goes into making a game or creating patches. Simply just creating a patch for a game. People are like, well, Apex hasn't done anything. There's a reason why Apex hasn't put out all their patches, because they don't want to put out a broken patch.
Yeah, exactly. They're taking their time with it.
They don't want to just throw content out and hope it sticks against the wall.
Yeah.
Fortnite's been doing that. And what's been happening?
Oh, people complain, and then they take it out. And then they add something else. People complain, they take it out.
Yeah.
But the game doesn't change, really. Like, they add a couple little towns here and there, maybe change the way it looks, add some snow. But it's, like you said, it's the same game.
Mm-hmm. Like, Fortnite, I will give this to Fortnite. Weekly updates, for the most part. There's been a couple of times where they didn't have the weekly update. Always brand new cosmetics. for the most part. Always updating the map, which is cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets a little meh, Yeah. So as far as them like growing the BR genre, they've raised the level, they've innovated, they've set the bar, and then they've raised it.
Yeah.
Now you get a company like Respawn, who made the Titanfall franchise. Yeah. Obviously. Very, very respected franchise. Titanfall 2 didn't do as well as they wanted. Granted, when you release it on the same day as Battlefield, and then like a week later Call of Duty releases, well, you can blame bad marketing for that. Even though they sat there and said that that's what they planned on doing.
Which is funny, you think about it, because they're both fall under EA publisher. You think
Respawn just recently got acquired by EA. They were an independent studio.
Okay.
Respawn got acquired by EA because EA lost their ability to make Star Wars games.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why Respawn is producing this Star Wars game.
Oh.
And they can't have any interference from EA in anything they do. That's why EA has nothing to do with Respawn, with Apex.
That's good.
They're the money. That's it. They have no say in the matter.
They're just the backer.
They got slapped.
Yeah. Which is good. I mean, I like EA. They put out a lot of good stuff, but they dabble too much and change too much. I mean, you look at, what was it, Anthem. They were saying, like, the stuff they showed everyone at E3 isn't even in the game.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
It's like No Man's Sky all over again.
Oh, yeah. I don't even talk about that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I don't. That's a logistics nightmare. You need to almost be a lawyer to understand all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Anthem. It was a game that I played in early access that I got early access from.
Yep.
And loved it. Thought it was cool. The flying needed to be fixed.
Yeah.
But my chat loved it. Got it. 15 days early through EA access, whatever the hell it's called.
Yep.
And played it for like 3 streams. And I don't know what the game's like now as far as server lag and just the performance of the game, but it just sucked the first week. Like, it just sucked.
Yeah.
Once I did the first like mission, and then it was like the same mission 3 times over, but it was just different areas of the map. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
I'm done with the game.
That's exactly what I did. Played maybe 2-3 hours of it, and I was like, I've been playing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing over and over again. And then I found it was so similar to, like, it was like a cross of Warframe meets Destiny, but with a little bit different mechanics. And I was just like, I can't, because I just played it through EA Access, because like, I don't want to buy it yet. I want to try it out and see if I like it. And I'm glad I didn't buy it.
Yeah, I was like, I'd rather burn $15 than.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, EA Access, thanks for all the Apex packs I got. For canceling the service day one when I signed up with it.
That is awesome.
Hopefully EA doesn't listen to this and hear that. So
yeah.
By the way, we're changing to that. So when you cancel right after you sign up, you lose all services.
You can thank Asylumm for that on Twitch.
Hey, send all the viewers my way.
Exactly.
By all means, I'll bring them on. My mods are ready.
I was going to say it'd be awesome publicity.
I don't know if any publicity from EA is good publicity.
No such thing as bad publicity. You might get a lot of trolls, but
tell us H1Z1.
Yeah, that's one I haven't tried yet, and I'm getting pressured into playing World War Z there this week, and a lot of people are saying it's kind of like that, but on steroids. But I never played H1.
I would almost say World War Z is better than H1. I mean, H1's virtually dead. Like, what's their face has just got the game back. Daybreak.
Yeah.
They sent the IP back to Daybreak.
Oh wow!
So they bought H1Z1, and we're like, okay, we're gonna revert the game back to when it was in its good phase.
Yeah.
Z1, all those days, people were like, oh, awesome, and they literally reverted it back to the point when the game sucked, started to suck. Bad hit registration, brand new map, same old guns, bad sounding guns.
Oh.
Bad hit registration, which is always had, but
Yeah.
No ping lock for, we'll just mention, the other regions that made the game a living hell, and which was completely true.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, awesome. You guys did nothing
Nothing. Reverted
Good
back
job.
to trash.
I played like 5 games and was like, I'm done. I'm like, I tried. I'm like, I love H1Z1. I wanted it to work. I wanted to play it again. I was just like, all right, I guess just keep playing Apex. I was like,
Yeah.
you know.
Is that what the game you're playing the most right now is Apex or just or Division, I guess?
It was Division. I stopped kind of playing Apex. I just got kind of burnt out on it. The season pass kind of just really killed it for me, or the battle pass just kind of really killed it for me. It was just, it's like 27,000 XP in between each tier. It takes forever to level up.
27,000.
And, it's 105 tiers. 100, then there's 5 additional tiers, which you get.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sit here and get 25,000 experience with each freaking character.
And how long?
Every single week.
How long would it take you to get the one tier?
We won 4 games in a row, and it took. I was getting. I don't know. My worst game in that was like 1 or 2 kills, something like that, and then I had like a 10 kill one.
Oh wow.
And like just me, and it was like 22 kills or something. It was, and I got like 9,600 XP for it.
That's it.
And I was like, just for the battle pass, like I got way more XP than that for leveling up.
Oh, okay.
But it was just the battle pass, and I was just like what's the point?
Yeah, how long is the battle pass?
There's no point in winning. 3 months. Yeah, it's typically every 3 months because they want to release 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, they want to release 4 years, so they want to release it quarterly.
Okay, that's not too bad then. But still, that's a lot. 105 levels, 105 tiers, and you gotta get 27,000 every tier.
Yeah,
that's a lot. I would definitely.
They've released one double XP event, I guess is whatever you call it.
Yeah,
and I mean they had like group XP things like at like tier 25 and like tier 40 and like tier 65 or something like that, which gave you like 1.5 times your XP earning or something like that per every thing that happened, which I mean is nothing.
No,
but I mean it's every 20 something levels. So it was just, and like their skins were underwhelming. Their XP bonus you got, like, yeah, sure, you got a decent amount of you got tons of Apex credits, like tons of them.
Yeah.
And so it just wasn't done.
Yeah, they would say they just rushed out the battle pass almost.
I don't know if it was rushed, but I just think that it wasn't their main focus. Like, I just think it was their first one, and that's kind of where it's just like, it's their first one. It's like, was Fortnite's first one ever good? No, Fortnite's had bad ones.
Yeah.
But people still, every single 60 days or whatever the hell it is, 65 days, they get the new one. Yeah. So it's like, how's their second one going to be? They released a specialist with them or a legend with him. And I was just like, he's funny. I hate him. I don't use him, but he's funny. Just this, Mexican dude that's hopped up on like mad drugs and loves to run fast and doesn't like to sleep, and it's kind of funny.
That's a game I haven't touched yet at all.
Yeah, it's fun. You gotta play with people.
Yeah,
the big deal with it is when are they gonna add solos and duos to it? The game was meant to be team based.
Yeah,
so it's trios, which is pretty cool. I kind of personally like the trios over the squads.
Yeah,
but it's just stuff they got to work on. Little piddly crap that just takes time.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like that. All the BRs are like that. I mean, even you look at Firestorm when it came out, it was quads only, or squad only. You couldn't do anything less. And now I think they just brought out duos recently.
Yeah, there's duos and there's I think there is solos.
Is there solos now? Okay.
Yeah, there's solos. Yeah.
See, and that's,
I'm pretty sure.
To me, that's what was missing because I don't know many people who play the Firestorm. There's only a few of us, and most times it'd be like 2 of us with 2 randoms or 3 of us with a random. It's not fun when you play with that random dude.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, I've gotten some pretty decent wins with randoms in Apex, but then again, I've had jokes like for the most just literal, just like you may as well just stand still and just let them shoot you because you're just bots. So
on Apex,
yeah.
Oh really? So it's kind of like Realm Royale where they throw in so many bots here and there.
Oh no, like we're literally talking like real people. Like they're horrible.
Oh, they're just horrible.
So,
okay.
Just their matchmaking is horrible.
Gotcha. Back to streaming. When like we know with streaming, we kind of talked about trolls a little bit. Like if EA blasts you and blames you. When it does come to trolls and negativity in stream, how do you deal with it, and what advice would you give to others?
Have mods that you can trust.
Yeah.
Like I've known my mods for years. You know, I met them in other people's streams, and then they came to my stream, and then meeting them in other people's other friends' streams and stuff like that. You get to kind of know them. Yeah. They become trustworthy. So just have trustworthy mods, and don't sit there and play the game of that. Hey, but they're kind of a funny troll. Just ban them. Seriously, just ban them, because they do cause, like, what's funny to you isn't funny to a lot of other people.
Yeah.
So you have to think in the grand scheme of things, especially when it comes to your chat. Your chat is your livelihood, I guess. If you're, a big streamer and stuff, if you have a bunch of toxicity in your chat, no one's going to want to, chat or interact with you. You're not going to, that's how you meet new people.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So just because you ban one person, I got hundreds of people banned.
Yeah.
Hundreds. I've had stretches where literally all chat is just people just spamming crap, and it's just like ban. It's like 50 bans in one stream. It's like wow, geez, my ban list. It's not too common now. I don't really get it. I think the most common thing that I get is people that will just come in and they'll say things, like personal things, like, oh, yeah, I had a guy come in and he's just like, yeah, I got in a car accident, stuff like that. And I was just like, okay. And, instantly you go, hope you're all right. Yeah. That's, not something, you need to tell a complete stranger, someone that you don't know.
Yeah.
And then, end up talking about it, it just creates conversation, right?
Yeah.
And then, oh, by the way, I completely faked that. Get the out of here, like you freaking wasted my damn time, ban them, just ban them. I was just like, you know what, you're a loser. Yeah. I was like, get the hell out of here.
Well, that's the big thing. So, I seen recently, I haven't seen it much lately, but I think about 2 months ago, the big thing was people coming in and saying they want to kill themselves. Oh, I want to kill myself. Okay, well, here's the 1-800 number. Why are you telling me? I'm not the suicide prevention line. Like, I'll give you the number. I have them all on. Ever since that happened, like, I don't know if it was happening on Twitch, but it was happening on Mixer. I have like a little sheet beside me now that has like the 1-800 numbers for pretty much every country. I'll be like, all right, where you live? Okay, cool. Here's the number. Like, please don't do that, but call the number and take care of it. And then,
it's like that sort of thing. It's like you don't really kind of beat around the bush with that sort of thing. Like that sort of thing, I've never had that happen. And I can honestly say I've never had that happen, and I'm grateful that I've never had that happen. Yeah, because the level of anxiety that you get in that, is insane.
It really is, because you don't know. Like, you're like, okay, well, I can't. You got to take them serious, because you don't know for sure. But I've had some who I'll give them the number and everything, and I'll stop what I'm doing and be like, hey, if you need to talk, call this number. Like, this is a serious thing, or you really, like, get serious. And then sometimes they'll be like, oh, I'm just messing around. And then same thing, I'll be like, all right, see you later. Mods, take care of it. And I'm like, I'm done. Like, it's not a joking matter.
Yeah, I mean, like, on the whole thing, right? Like, I don't really need to, like, I look at chat all the time. Yeah. So I see everything that's said in chat. Like, I don't miss a thing. So my mods, for the most part, are very good with banning. They never improperly, I don't think they've ever improperly banned someone or timed them out. I've never reversed a ban on anyone. Yeah. So, I mean, they've got a decent track record. My dog playing with his bone. Jeez. But, like, for the most part, like, it's your mods should know your channel rules. They should know you. Yeah. Like, what you tolerate, not just on the Twitch terms of services, because there's things that, are completely fine on Twitch that I won't stand for. Yeah. That I enforce heavily. Yep. So, and, like, your mods should know that. Like, your mods literally should know you almost better than they should know your channel, because then they can get inside your head and be like, okay, this guy's, maybe I don't look over at chat for 5 minutes, or something,
yeah.
and something happens and I don't see it, the mod should be able to instantly react on that. So like when you're picking mods and stuff, like picking your mods is as crucial as to deciding who to ban and who not to ban.
Yeah.
So like just know your mods, trust them. You gotta essentially trust your mods with your channel.
It's basically like you're running a business ideally, and it's like you're picking your managers to manage the people underneath them basically. Yep. So if you wouldn't trust them to run your business, you shouldn't trust them to mod as well.
Yeah. And like I said, that kind of comes back to the thing. It's like, know your moderators. Don't just because someone donated $1,000, gonna get the mod status.
Yeah.
You don't. And like, this is a big thing. And I see this on Twitter all the time. And I see people talking about this. I'm just going to kind of go off topic here. People sit there and say, this guy supported me for years. Okay, cool. Yeah. You got a loyal supporter. Got one. Doesn't mean he's going to be a good boss or a good moderator or whatever, right? It might be. I got people that are still from day one that are mods.
Yeah, exactly. I have people who come in and they'll say that like, oh, I've been with you since beginning, and when can I be a mod? But then I see how they are, where they're like so quick to like, oh, you should ban that person. Well, why? They didn't do anything. They didn't break the TOS. They didn't offend me. They didn't do anything bad. Well, but they're underage. Well, we deleted their age, gave them a warning, told them not to say their age again. Like, but they're so quick to like try. And then I found lately that they don't come around anymore because I won't give a mod. And I'm like, well, like you said, you might be a good loyal supporter, but that doesn't make you a good mod.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's up to you. It's your discretion. I mean, it's your channel. You do what you have to do. Just because one person ain't no longer in your channel, there's still hundreds of thousands and millions of people that are still out there.
Exactly.
Just because someone gives you a sane amount of attention or a sane amount of money
doesn't mean anything.
You don't owe them anything. That's their discretion.
Yeah.
You owe them
gratitude,
a huge thank you and a gratitude for the level of support.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yep. 100%.
So
when you started out streaming, what was your biggest inspiration to start streaming?
Oh boy, inspiration. I don't really have inspirations. That's kind of that's the weird thing. It's like, I mean, obviously, I come from a sports background.
Yeah.
So I played, basketball, football, hockey for 15 years. Oh. And so, I mean, I always had a sports background. I always loved sports cards and memorabilia and collecting and stuff like that. So, I mean, kind of came from that, and always loved gaming. And I think kind of the whole thing, like what kind of got me into streaming was probably I got into playing a lot of, like, I started playing a lot of Last of Us.
Yep.
And then it was just like started playing COD, and then I started to watch like in like Advanced Warfare and Ghosts. Like I played a lot of competitive Call of Duty.
Oh wow.
And so I would watch the competitive scene. So it was just like, okay, let's like, and then kind of what the cool thing was it was like met a good friend of mine. He doesn't really stream much anymore, but he's doing a really good job with video production and stuff like that. And he makes really good videos for bands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ones that he knows personally, which is really, really cool. But it was through his stream, and it was just like, he had the overlays and the alerts and stuff. And I was just like, that's really cool, And then I had just started streaming on like the PS4 and stuff like that. You had the PS4 webcam and, like freaking 480p webcam because, the PlayStation camera sucks. Yeah. And, he stopped by obviously and was just like, is this how the PS4 looks? And I was like, yeah. He's like, dude, they did a good little setup, despite the fact it's easy just to, push a couple buttons and go live.
Yeah.
And so I guess kind of, I guess if inspiration probably be him, kind of just was like, go with the PlayStation, see how you like it, and then invest in a PC, and then do all the fancy cool stuff. So, which I did, it took 9 months to, save up a ton of money for PC and all my setup,
Yeah.
I kind of think about it now and it's like, how much money have I spent on my setup? It's like, oh,
I know, right?
Sometimes I wonder if it was worth it.
Yeah.
at the time. So yeah, probably him. His name's Dead Sense. So if you ever want to, anyone hears this wants to go look at him up on Twitter or Twitch, it's DEADSENS3. So you guys can go ahead and check him out. And he streams every now from time to time, and random banter on Twitter. More or less right now it's just boredom than anything. I'm kind of the same way too. My streams have kind of been non-existent the last little week just because games are just no motivation to play any games right now. Nothing really kind of out there. It's kind of that lull period.
It is a lull, yeah. I'm kind of excited for E3 to see what's coming.
Yeah, see what Ubisoft and Microsoft put out, because they're like the only ones that are going to be there this year.
Yeah.
Sony's doing their own private thing later this year, so.
Yep. At least Square's going to be there, and I'm hoping, from what I've been reading up and hearing, they're going to be talking about the Final Fantasy 7 remake. I'm hoping they're going to have news on that. I don't know if you're into that kind of style of game, but
no, I never played Final Fantasy. Never played. I started off playing sports games and then first FPS game I ever played was the old Spec Ops series on PlayStation 1. And that was the first FPS game I ever played.
Oh, wow.
I loved it, man. I would love to see those games come back. Those games were so much fun.
Yeah.
So glad I hooked up my PS3 again. Because I just went back and played Black Ops 1 the other day and was just like, man, I was like, missed this game, man. It was so much fun.
It really was, yeah. Like Black Ops 1 was the game. Like, it was amazing. That and MW2 was by far, I think, my favorite CODs, hands down.
Yeah. Black Ops 1's my favorite. Modern Warfare 2 is probably second, and then Black Ops 2 is probably third. Ghost is right up there. It's like, despite the fact the amount of crap that Ghost got, I love Ghost. Ghost is such a good game. I don't know why. I just love the mess out of that game. Played the mess out of it. Like 32 days played or something in that game.
It had a good story too. Like the story.
An awesome story.
Yeah. Like everything about Ghost was. I don't know why it got so much flack. Like it wasn't that bad of a game.
It was a really dull game. It was like World War II. It wasn't aesthetically pleasing, but then again, Counter-Strike is dull.
Yeah.
Like, it's not aesthetically pleasing. You got your camos for that, your skins, and but the game plays like, it's Counter-Strike's so easy to learn, but it's so frustrating to play.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's just like, here's the thing. It's like devs are going to do whatever the hell they want to do, Yeah. They're in it to make money, and that's it. Yep. They can sit there and say, oh, yeah, we're for the people. We listen to you guys. It's like, at the end of the line, all you guys care about is lining your damn pockets. That's any freaking business out there. It does not matter. You cannot tell me otherwise.
No, yeah. And we have a conversation like this all the time with a fellow streamer, a buddy of mine, where it's like you said, they're looking at the bottom line. Like, all these companies are not ran by gamers. They're ran by businessmen who don't know anything about gaming other than how to make a dollar. That's all they know. But then again, at the same time, if you had a guy up there who all he knew was video games, well, then the game might come out amazing, but then it might not come out at all, because then they're not going to have the backing or the money to fund the game. Kind of like one of those double-edged swords. Like, you almost need like the businessman and the gamer, like they got to run it together, and like they got to not butt heads. Yeah,
I don't know. Devs are they'll just kind of do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah.
There's kind of really no change in their mind. People have been complaining about, but then again, it's the community to blame, right? When you complain and complain and complain.
Yeah.
People make the changes, and then it's just like, well, it's not the changes we wanted. Well, it's like, you guys begged for this.
Yeah.
Black Ops 4 is a perfect example of this.
Yeah.
They still screwed it up. Like, I mean, it's the worst it's the worst game that Treyarch's put out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
hands down. And you see people complain and complain, yet they still go buy the game. They still line the pocket. So the devs, like you said, they're just going to be like, okay, well, you're complaining, but we still have record sales. So we're just going to keep putting out what we're putting out because we're still making money. Until they stop making money, then they'll listen. But as long as they're making money, they're going to listen in quotation marks.
Exactly.
Yeah. A couple more questions here. These ones are more kind of fun ones, kind of like off-stream type ones. What are three things that you value most in a person when you're meeting someone, whether it be on stream or in real life?
That's interesting. are they judgmental? Are they someone quick to jump to conclusions about someone?
Yeah.
Which I think that's just kind of every person does it. It's a natural.
Yeah.
Natural to be curious, know. So that's kind of like you can break that pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Are they approachable? I think is the big thing.
Yeah.
Like you can meet someone and they're like apprehensive, and it's like, well, crap, how do I kind of put this person at ease? Doesn't matter who it is. And also I think the other one is like, how am I? Like, am I presentable? Like, how do I carry myself, and how do I personally present myself to the other person? Because it's all fine and dandy to judge someone else, but if you can't judge yourself, how can you improve yourself? So I think kind of there's a couple there that go towards the person that you're meeting, and then kind of one towards yourself, which is always kind of good to think. It's like, how are people interpreting me when they first see me? So
how do I come off? Because you only get, what, 10 seconds, 15 seconds to make an impression.
It's within the first 15 seconds, or within the first 10 seconds, you form an opinion of someone.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah. It's definitely good to self-reflect on yourself and see how you're coming off in those first 10 seconds, which is, again, comes back to even streaming. Like, I'll watch VOD, like my VODs, pretty much after every stream. I'll watch like the first, usually first 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, and then the end, just to see how I change throughout it, to see if I'm still presentable. Like, because you never know. Not everyone is coming to your stream in the first 10 seconds. Like, you're basically putting on you have to impress someone every 10 seconds, ideally. So doing a little self-reflection on yourself.
I mean, people learn pretty quick, especially with me. For the most part, I'm a pretty open book. I'm pretty open with people when it comes to, most things. So it's like, I'm pretty easy to get a read on. As far as like what I reveal personally, it's a no. Like, I don't reveal a lot of personal stuff about myself, Well,
and there's that line. You got to kind of keep a little bit of your personal life off to the side.
Yeah, like I put out the reason why I was leaving for a year. It's not, and people are like, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So it's like, if, and I was kind of hanging on to the thought, do I even want to come back? Like, is it even worth it? And it was kind of cool. Like, the whole thing about the break was too, is like, I just sat down and played games.
Yep.
And I didn't have to worry about like thinking how to carry on conversations, how to keep things going. I just sat down and played the game and just didn't have a care in the world. Like, it just was, it was just so natural to just play games. And I was just like, but the itch kind of came back about like, I don't know, 5 months in, and I was just like, all right, let's do it. Black Ops 4 is releasing. I was like, I do the Call of Duty 24-hour thing every year. I was like, October marks pretty much like 11 months or 10 months or whatever it's been.
Yeah.
And time to come back. So kind of kept everything down low and kind of went dark on Twitter for quite a little bit. And, all of a sudden all these weird little random things started popping up on Twitter. People are like, what the hell is that? So it was, it's what the hell does that mean, sort of thing,
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. Yeah, the return was really good. The numbers were really good, and it came back down to earth pretty damn quick. So, but that's the fun in it, I guess.
That definitely, yeah. Is there any games that you don't play on stream that you just, like, you keep it as your little off-stream, relax, don't want to show?
Yeah, I try to play games that are streamable, that the chat can interact with and kind of get involved with. Destiny's pretty hard to stream. Even Division can be hard to stream.
Yeah.
Because there's not really a lot of like going on. It's a lot of kind of the same thing, but kind of with Division, what's kind of funny is you just kind of, there's a lot of randomness in that game. So,
you kind of just make up some dialogue as you go, kind of thing.
More or less like just getting shot in the back all the time, and then me getting mad and being like, this game fucking sucks. Damn good. Yeah. Destiny I've stopped streaming just because like it's just it's boring.
Yeah.
It's actually really boring to follow, and it's just I play it for a little bit, and that's kind of it. I kind of just do what I got to do, every couple of weeks or every few weeks, and then it's like, whatever, don't touch it. But I guess as far as like FPS or like story-based games, I always play on stream.
Yeah.
I always play on stream because I started off as a story game-based streamer with Last of Us and stuff like that. And I still play them, and assuming that they're good and worth playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a poll out on Twitter right now that ends tomorrow night sometime. Are we getting Days Gone? I've been that was the one game I was kind of like apprehensive about, and I was just like, do you guys really want to see Days Gone? It's not, doing crazy well on Twitch. It's kind of like, right now it's pretty mumuch almost split right now with the poll. So
I just unsplit it for you.
Oh, you just unsplit?
Yeah.
But 67%.
Yeah, it went down again? It was at 75 when I voted.
It's at 67% now.
Oh, someone else voted right off. Oh, did you? I guess.
I can't vote on my own polls.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting about
sometimes.
that. Me too. Sometimes, because some of the ones you put where you're just like, are you excited for this? Yes, no. I want to say yes, but I guess I could say it in the tweet, but it'd be nice to include my vote in the statistics of the vote.
I'd love to be able to edit tweets. I'm not gonna lie. That would be fun.
It would be, but I can understand why they don't, because if you were to put like something like, retweet if you love puppies, and everyone retweets it, and then you go change it to like retweet if you hate puppies, and now it's like all these people retweeted this tweet that said I hate puppies, and then that's going to show up on other people's feeds. So I can kind of see where they don't. I could see if you edited it and then it reset everything, all the retweets and likes.
I can imagine like if you like you have like 30 seconds to re-edit it or something like that. Like you have a specific time set.
That I wouldn't mind, because there's so many
or
times.
Like if you get an interaction on it, you can't change it, sort of thing.
Yeah, because there's so many times where I'll hit send the tweet, and I'll go back. I'm like, damn it, I spelled that word wrong, or I forgot to put an apostrophe there, or I didn't put the .com in the right spot. It's like, damn it. And it's like delete, and then do it again. And then people are like, where'd your tweet go? It's like, don't worry, it's coming back. I'm just fixing the errors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Damn it, Grammarly, why aren't you working?
Exactly. But that's pretty much, we've hit pretty much everything on my topic list. I do have one last question that I started asking recently is, where do you see yourself in a year from now in regards to the streaming world? Like, where would you like to see yourself, I should say?
I don't like setting goals. I set goals at the beginning of 2019, kind of what I wanted to hit, and then I'm not going to hit them, and kind of people are just like, do you do New Year's resolutions and stuff? I'm like, no. And I'm like, just kind of go with the flow, and if I can do something, I do it.
Yeah.
Right. If it's, like on April 6th, I put out a tweet stating that I'm going to be starting a small business. Nice. And it's going to all directly tie into streaming and stuff like that. And it's going to be a completely brand new branch of content.
Oh, nice.
Because I want to kind of start taking advantage of, the different types of categories that are on Twitch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If I could just flash and get millions of dollars in donations, I would. But, that's...
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work
TLS, go on, guys, get your shit together.
Yeah.
In a year, you don't know where Twitch is going to be in a year. I mean, I think it just go downhill in a year. You never know. Yeah. I'd like to hit. My goal is still to kind of hit 2K this year.
Oh, nice.
My goal was to hit 5K this year and be in a position, to maybe hit partnership next year, but we're long ways away from that. So,
yeah. How far? Where are you at right now?
I'm at 1,800 followers, and currently averaging about nine viewers a stream right now. I used to be up at 25 to 30, but that was before my break.
Yeah.
And when I came back, I was just like, whoa. Twitch had changed so much in a year. Like I had seen, kept up with all the changes and stuff like that. And,
yeah.
You open up OBS like 7 months later and there's like 9 different updates. It's like, oh, geez, what the hell has all changed? So, it's just, it's never ending. So it's like, I think kind of once Twitch rolls out the whole, what's it called? The reorganization tool that they're bringing out, which allows you to search from like high to low or low to high, or like, things like that. It'll get more people that deserve it a little bit more, make people a little bit more findable. Yeah. Or viewable, I guess, whatever the word is. So.
Well, definitely make them more findable, because I mean, if you can search by, Then when you're switching by high or low, that means by viewer count, right?
Yeah, so you can they were showing like you could, from high to low, basically, like if you're at 0 viewers or 5 viewers, you can find the mid-tier guys, which are probably like your like 500 to like 50 or whatever the hell it would be, whatever they want to do. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's high to low. You can now organize based on viewer count.
Okay. See, that'll be
specific game,
and that'll be perfect for like, especially when it comes to rating, because I know I always like to raid the lower, like on a game if they have like maybe 5-6 viewers, just to make their day. And it just, I don't know, it feels so good to go into this low view count stream and just like blow it up with like 30, 40, 50 people and just see the reaction.
Yeah, I loathed for the day when it was Advanced Warfare, when I could just do open lobbies and pull, do pack openings and pull 500-600 viewers. So
jeez, yeah,
I did. That's actually the highest viewer count I've ever had.
Oh wow,
that was legit. That was legitimate. I've been botted for over 1,000 views before.
Oh really?
Yeah, that was fun. Lasted all 30 seconds.
Wait,
then it was back down to 0. I was like, it literally was within like the first like 2 minutes of my stream. I was just like, nice. I was like, good job. I got botted. I was like, cool.
Is that something common on Twitch or?
Oh, it's common as dirt. Oh, yeah.
Really?
I got view botted. I got follow botted just like, I don't know, like 3 months ago, 2 months ago.
Wow. No.
Actually, not even. Like right when Apex came out, I got follow botted for like 120 people or something like that. I was just like, crazy. Seriously, dude? I was just like, so Twitch has slowly been getting rid of dead accounts off my thing. I report all that crap and stuff like that. So
yeah, well,
my numbers are like dipping deeply because I'm like, I have all these dead or fake accounts being removed right now. So I'm just like,
shedding a tear a little bit. Like, there goes mine.
Yeah, it's like, I hit 815. Oh, no, back down to 812. It's just like, you're doing 3 in a day. I'm just like, come on, keep me a freaking break here, Twitch.
Keep going. Keep adding Twitch. Don't take away.
Yeah, I mean, if where I'd like to see myself next year, I'd like to see my viewer count probably back where it used to be. Yeah. I love to be in that 25 to 35 range, which is slowly progressing. But I need a game that, like, bouncing around with games hurts.
Yeah.
You can be a variety streamer, but if you stream a game for a week and then you're just like, okay, I want to change it up, next week, change something out, because when you stream in one category for an insane amount of time, people are going to see your name. Even if they don't click on you, they keep seeing your name, keep seeing your name, and then they get curious, So when you're, play one game, the next day you're playing a different game, then the next day you're going back to that game, and then you bounce into another game. Different people don't see your names.
Yeah.
So I think I just need to find a game that I can just grind. But
I don't even know
the way games are nowadays. There's nothing.
So, yeah. I can't even think of anything coming out in the next little bit either that's going to be grindable.
Yeah. It's just like there just has to be a game that just comes out it's worth coming back to and playing. And like I thought Apex was going to be that. It's just not.
Oh, no.
Division still, I still play Division 2, but, I've done everything.
Yeah.
So now it's just kind of like, okay, wait for the news content to drop. That's going to drop in the next week, hopefully in the next week.
Yeah, I wish they would give you an option on Division 2 to make it so you level up slower, making it last longer. But give it like,
well, yeah, that was Division 1. They just gave you nothing to do. Like in Division 2, they gave you so much to do, like control points. Like control points gave you so much XP. Like you get like 28,000 XP per control point.
Yeah.
Plus you get your XP for getting all the kills.
Yeah.
Plus all your specialist bonuses, special bonuses and stuff like that. So you have 40,000 XP. I would level up, I hit level 30 before I even finished all the missions.
Oh, wow.
And then like by the time and then I'm close to 500 is the goal. Like I'm world tier 5, which essentially is there's different strongholds that you have to complete, and then once you complete level 30 and complete all the strongholds, you get what are called world tiers. New bosses and or brand new enemies come in, and it's a whole brand new story, and it's completely different. It's like this whole brand new DLC that you don't even know exists, and they just throw it at you as a continuation to the game, and it's awesome. However, it's all the same repetitive crap, just with a different kind of quote-unquote background. So it got kind of repetitive. It was like Destiny.
Yeah.
But, it was fun because it was different enemies. It was different, things. And then all of a sudden now it's gear score. So now all of a sudden, you're watching what you dismantle, you're creating crafting, and I was stupid and I was just like, I have all these gear parts. I'm like, what the hell do I do with them? Well, it's to upgrade your crafting table so you can craft higher gear. It's just like, I hit World Tier 5 and I just found that out. Boy, am I stupid. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, why is all my gear only 200? Spend 10 crafting parts and upgrade to level 2. And I was just like, freaking kidding me, man? And all of a sudden, like, sat there doing, like, upgraded all my recalibration and stuff, and boom, I was getting weapons that were like 492, and I was only like 400.
Wow.
And so I was like jumping up like 15 levels. I was just like, oh boy, am I stupid.
Hey,
that was awesome. It was funny. The chat thought it was kind of funny, so
yeah.
I just gotta laugh about it. We'll laugh about my stupidity. If you guys like stupid crap and really bad dad jokes, come check. Yeah, that's pretty much all my channel's about.
Perfect. I love nothing like a bad dad joke. Although, is there really a bad dad joke there? I think they're all awesome.
Oh, there's some pretty bad ones. I'm not gonna lie. I got about one every single day, and that's about all I can think before someone just wants to strangle me. So
I think there's
one a day.
One a day. I think there's a bot or something that you can actually, or something you can link to a bot that will actually just put out random dad jokes throughout your stream. Because I know there's one streamer on Mixer that's what she does, and you'll just be sitting there and it'll just randomly pop up some like right out the lunch dad joke. Like I often find out what it is.
I used to use a bot that would do 8-ball, like the magic 8-ball.
Yep.
And you used to be able to ask it things. We used to start bets. Like we'd actually have people betting, what the bot's going to say and things like that. And it's all random. Like you literally could have the same answer 5 times in a row. Yeah. Or it could be completely different. And they would just be sitting there. And because we use an in-stream currency in my chat and stuff like that. And there's, perks and rewards for people that level up. And it's all based on your currency totalage is how you level up.
Yep.
And you earn them. You can bet, play games. I want to eventually I'm going to let the cat out of the bag.
Okay.
I was kind of saving this. I plan on getting a lottery wheel.
Okay.
And or like a prize wheel. Yeah. Essentially. And for people that sub or people that donate, they get to spin the wheel and win something.
Yeah.
More currency or something. And maybe, once a month we'll put a giveaway or something on there. So I want to get with a company and actually maybe do an apparel. I'm with the company right now, but I got to get the new branding and stuff that's going to happen pretty soon. So
who do you use for merch? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm with Spreadshirt right now.
Okay. Yeah. Same here. I really like I'm not a big fan of the way they just changed their dashboard, but I like how easy it is to make shirts.
Have they changed their dashboard?
It looks different now. It's I'm trying to bring it up now.
Spreadshirt. Okay, so I type in spread and it's the first thing that comes up. You think spreadsheet would be the first one?
You think, right? I just found they changed the way like to get all your stuff before, like because I on my web, I have a website, and on the website I have the store embedded. But before to get the embedded code, it was like so easy. You just click this, boom, boom, and you're done. But now it's like where they put all the settings and trying to find it. Like I'm trying to find it now. I can't even know where it is. Oh, here we go. Advanced settings. But I guess it's just taking some getting used to.
Yeah, I haven't been on my Spreadshirt in quite a while, actually. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah, they changed it maybe about a month or 2 ago. But I like how easy it is to make your merch on it. And then how you can customize it later. Because I do a lot of monthly shirt giveaways where I'll customize it to whoever wins. So then I can like customize their logo, upload it to the store, put their name on the back, do whatever I want, and then buy it and then send it to them. And then ideally get a percentage of it back and then leave it up there for sale. And then people can buy it if they want.
Yeah, you can customize the back. Really? I didn't actually know that. I don't know if that's just not available for me.
Well, you can't customize it in the actual store part. You would make the logo and then put it on your store. And then when you go into your store, then in there, you have an option to customize it. And then you can put like whatever you want on the back. Some shirts even let you put stuff on the sleeves, on the left or right sleeve. The hats, you can put stuff on the sides or the back. Like, I think there's even one hat you can put something on the beak. I think I'd have to double check. But that's what I like about it the best.
I'll take a look into that.
Yeah, there's so much you can do compared to some of the other ones that are out there. The only thing I find it's slow to ship to Canada. I don't know if you noticed that.
I have no idea because I actually haven't ordered anything.
Oh, it is unless you order it Express. If you order just regular shipping, you don't get a tracking number. I ordered a hoodie back in December. I didn't get it till like the first week of February. And they're like, oh, it's just the way we don't have international shipping. It's just the way it works. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you got to pay the $30 to get it shipped to Canada. Or I think I got a shirt just for someone in Ireland. And I told them straight up, I'm like, I'm sending your shirt normal because to send it express was like $180. I'm like, oof. I love you, but I'm not spending $180 on a shirt for you.
On top of the price, on top of all the currency conversion.
Exactly. No, awesome, man.
Don't blame that.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Absolutely.
We could probably talk for hours, I'm guessing. What I'll get you to do right now is drop any links you want to share, your Twitch, your Twitter, Insta, anything like that. I'll get them from you as well after the show, and then we'll you just send them to me in Discord, and I'll link them in the description as well.
Yeah, you guys enjoyed and stuff like that, and are curious kind of about what I do and what I'm about, and want to actually come and not physically meet me, obviously, but you get to virtually meet me. I'm pretty much the same as I'm here right now. I'm just kind of relaxed, laid back person for the most part. So the same person you kind of hear with the smart ass opinions and stuff is pretty much the same person you get on stream. So
perfect.
Yeah. So twitch.tv/Asylumm. It's got 2 M's at the end. And over on Twitter there, it's Asylumm, ASYLUM_NA. And like Mystic said, he'll have all the links and stuff like that for you guys as well. So
yes, they'll all be linked in the description for you guys to easily get, so you don't have to rush for pen and paper right now.
Yeah, don't rush for pen and paper. Don't do that. Because who uses pen and papers? Pull out your tablet.
Exactly.
Or your iPad. Or
click on the link.
Write it on your underwear, whatever you do. I don't know what people do nowadays.
Yeah, I don't even have any paper on my desk. Well, I got paper, but it's all written on.
I got a notebook which hides all my passwords in it because I've got like an eternity amount of passwords.
Yeah, I didn't have that written down. I have them on my phone, saved in a notepad. Hopefully, I never lose my phone.
Yeah,
but yeah, great. Awesome, man. Like I said, it was awesome having you on. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I definitely did. And thank you everyone for listening. Be sure to check him out on Twitch. You won't regret it. Thank you very much. Peace and love, everyone.
Later.
This concludes another episode of Behind the BS, Behind the Broadcasting Software. Please like and subscribe to be notified when the next episode drops. To find out how you could become a guest on Behind the BS, please email info@behindthebs.net or follow us on Twitter at behind_BS. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Peace and love.